Greetings and welcome one and all to Robocraft and to Solenopsis Invicta, who, as you can see, has had a slight makeover since the last time you were here. We've gone back to the shorter, smaller, more petite, more maneuverable craft, I feel. But as you can see from the two flags, two now, not just one, two, symmetry has been restored. And the two vapor trails underneath, we've added some bells and whistles. Not literally, you understand. Solenopsis Invicta doesn't make much noise except when it's firing. But these specifically create quite a nice effect, I've noticed, in the practice arena, though I am a little bit concerned that the ground clearance here is going to cause me some issue with uneven terrain sooner or later. It hasn't happened in the practice arena, but we'll have to see about that. Now, getting back to business. In the last episode, I said we were going to be taking Solenopsis Invicta out with lasers, and I stand by that. I've gone ahead and taken the lasers off Rolling Shenanigans. Rolling Shenanigans was very upset, very distraught, but I've assured them that they will be getting their guns back eventually. Now, out of curiosity, I'd like to, I haven't actually tested this, but let's see what one level 3 S-type gun will do to our rank. We are currently about 4/5, maybe something like that, through tier 1. And that puts us, 1/6, or so 1/5, 1/6. Into tier 3. That, from one gun, is pretty staggering. Let's actually just check out the damage difference. A level 1 gun does 60 damage. Yeah, 60 damage. Versus a top-mounted level 3 gun does 1,100 damage. That is... my goodness, that's a lot. To be fair, that is actually quite staggering. Okay. Right, well, we don't want to jump straight up to that rank just yet. I would actually rather... how high would this take us? That would put us definitely into tier 3. Let's see if we can't play around a little bit in tier 1. Just to see how this craft works. Now, from what I understand... oh, sorry, flags, but we need this. From what I understand, with lasers, you really benefit from having more of them now. Previously, that... ooh, I'm still in tier 1 with all of these guns, really? That's fantastic. I was expecting to have to do some shenanigans. But let's put the flags back there. Okay, I feel a little bit better now. We're flying the colours once again. We're not some sort of privateer, some shady, skulking pirate. No. We are quite proud of where we come from. Indeed, even though the Welsh flag isn't on this Union Jack. A point that, to this day, irks me somewhat. We've got the Irish flag, the Scottish flag, the English flag, but no Welsh flag. Even though our flag is the best, it has a bloody dragon on it. How can you beat that with your crazy little stripes and... rant over. Okay. Now, the Solenopsis Invicta is still in tier 1. I'm quite impressed with this. But let's just make sure that everything is working the way it should. Realistically, you don't need to keep popping into the practice arena every time you make a change the way you do with a floater or a flyer, because balance isn't the issue. We're glued to the ground. In fact, you may have noticed, but I've replaced the undercarriage with some heavy blocks so that we are quite literally more or less glued to the ground. But look at that effect. It follows the ground. It's fantastic. I can draw on the floor. And, it's brilliant. I like it a lot. I like this a lot. Hello. Goodbye. Now, the more of these guns you have, the faster you fire. Like, seriously. The fire rate goes through the roof, the more guns you add. I don't know if there's an upper cap, as there always was before. No, bad. Die. Is it still you shooting at me? It is. My goodness. Persistent little bugger. I'm down to 2 guns. Wow. But we did basically just go one-on-one with someone. And that's something I usually can't do. But I'm not sure if there is an upper cap, as there used to be. I've lost both of my vapor trails. And my name. I've still got my flag, though. That's okay. But you can see just how much of a difference the fire rate affects it. Now, when it comes to accuracy... you gain an enormous amount of accuracy just by holding still and burst firing. Or single shot, as I was there for most of that. But you can get a significant improvement to accuracy just by controlling your fire a little bit, not going crazy the way I was right at the beginning. As you saw, the reticle becomes extremely wide there, so the shots are going all over the place, really. I can't even begin to hit these guys. Where are you? It's green there, showing that I have got a good sight on it. It's right in the middle of my crosshair, but I'm just not hitting it. Whereas if I give it a few seconds, pretty much every shot will land. More or less. Game, don't show me up. Damn it, game. Finish him off. It's a mercy at this point. But there we are. I think Solenopsis Invicta is ready for the front lines. I believe we may actually be able to do some fun with this. Do some fun. Have some fun with this. And should this work, I may just start adding higher tier weapons and moving up through the tiers until it stops working, and then we'll consider redesigning or adding more armor. This, oh, I feel so bad. I'm genuinely sat here thinking, wow, you know, Rolling Shenanigans is mostly made out of green armor blocks. I could go and borrow some, and I know I don't have really any intention of giving them back. I feel like I've replaced Rolling Shenanigans. Rolling Shenanigans hasn't been taken out for a fight in weeks. Oh, Rolling Shenanigans. How the mighty have fallen. But we're going to jump into a fight. Looks like we're going to be on an icy battlefield. That is always fun. 888 robots online and only 12 robots already. Tier 1 robots. What is your problem? Get out of the hangar and get onto the battlefield. This war won't win itself, you know. See, a little bit of a motivational speech there. Never fails. Never fails. Also, taking a sip of tea seems to have something to do with that. I'm not sure. There's some sort of magic going on there. Good luck. Have fun all. That is an order. If you do not have fun, you will be punished. The fun police will come and lock you up. Right, we're going to just charge in, but we're not going to be too reckless about it. I'm going to try and move with a group. Because if we just go up there on our own, we're going to end up in the middle of the enemies, and they won't be on their own. No, 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 no. There will be many of them. And they will probably hurt us quite a lot. Okay, Segway. Segweave. Sorry. I'm going to go and join Segweave. Ooh, Segweave is being harassed. I don't approve. Let's see. Can I? There is one floater up there. Moving pretty quickly. Go over yonder. Okay, we've got one over there. No, can't see him. He actually hit that guy. They're shooting at our... Ooh. As you can see, I can actually hit him, but he's probably doing significantly more damage than me. But I've driven him off at least. Alright, we don't want to just be stood there. You can see the health above their names now, which is a very nice addition. Have I lost anything? I've lost a few blocks right in the middle of my craft. But despite the fact that I was being hit by a railgun, they haven't actually burrowed that far in. Man, I need a little bit more speed though. But there have been quite a few changes to the base game since the last video, and that is why I have let it go for a little while. There was quite a lot of feedback. Very vocal feedback about one particular change to the way that the tech tree is displayed. And I wanted to let that settle for a little bit, see if the developers were going to be changing anything before I actually highlighted it. Ooh, we've got an enemy there. Engage. Run away, Segweave. Don't come back. Not yet. Attack! For glory! I'm not doing enough damage to his guns. I need to burrow through into the guns. Aha! You are doomed! You picked the wrong Brit to have a fight with. I'm a Welsh Brit. That means I'm... Wow. It doesn't mean I'm part dragon at all. It means I have a dragon on my flag. That's about all it means, really. But it seems to have been enough to teach him the error of his ways. And we're going to go on. We've still got 3 guns. That's fantastic. Now, there's a fellow down there with only 75% health. Oh, our team is being attacked. What? Someone needs to sort that out now. I can't win this war on my own. Alright, I'm going to try and flank this guy. There we go. A little bit of damage there. Not a whole lot, unfortunately. Hello. I would like to break your vessel. There we are. Fantastic. Now, can I just get through here? Are there any guards? I hear lasers plinking off things all the time. Okay, well, I've killed 2 people, and I'm attacking the enemy base by myself. Hopefully my allies won't miss me too much. But I think it's safe to say that lasers, my goodness, they're quite potent. Especially if you're aggressive with them. I am a little bit surprised that I survived that initial encounter, though. They had a lot more guns than I did. And that usually wins the fight, honestly. But I got a spattering of higher level armor blocks all the way through my vessel. And that probably made quite the difference. Hello. No, this is not a good place to be. Let's get off that for now. We're going to come down on Zent. We're going to try and reset this engagement and attack from on high. Where is he going? He's still there. If he's got a radar, he knows where I am. And I don't have a radar of my own. Where are you, Zent? Am I fast enough to get around behind you? Zent appears to have left. Zent can see me. Aha! Zent, you fool! Flip over. That's right, Zent. No, no, no. No, you can stay there. You have doomed yourself by landing on top of me. Ha ha! Perfect! Ah, glorious. Now we're going to go back to capturing this place. Zent, by rights, should have won, but I feel they made a bit of a mistake coming down that cliff. You really shouldn't do that if you don't have hover blades. It never ends well. And just so happened that we managed to get up underneath him just as he was self-righting. If I hadn't been able to do that, I'm fairly certain he would have won. But again, our armor blocks seem to be really winning this for us. We have a phenomenal amount of staying power compared to our enemies. But I suspect that I'm going to win this. Now, this feels good. I feel like I've achieved quite a lot in this fight. I am joint leader on kills on my team, though as a taught has 5 kills. Well done, as a taught. You may be an enemy, but I must salute your effectiveness. Now, that was a level 1 fight, and we got 611 total RP and 9 tech points. And that is a good point to jump into the tech tree. 3 kills. Right. We didn't take too much damage either. I really do think that the spattering of blocks there helped us an enormous amount. Now, the tech tree. Yes, give your brains just a few seconds to recover. Look at it. Look at it in all of its glory. I like things like this. Things that give sort of graphical representations of this sort of information. Now, if you've played, well, many RPGs, honestly, with like battle grids or skill grids, Final Fantasy, for example, you'll be kind of used to this. Path of Exile as well. You start here, and you work your way out. From what I've seen, you don't need to have all of the sides linking to a block learnt before you can unlock that block. For example, I'm fairly certain I could unlock this one if I really wanted to. I don't... Well, actually, no, we'll go for it. Zoom in a little bit. So, just so you can see. Before we do that, we'll just have a quick look. For example, if we come down in this direction, you unlock the helium and the hover blades and the thrusters. So this is the sort of flyer part of the tech tree. Over on this side is the plasma part of the tech tree, all the way up to the Tier 5 S-type plasma launcher. You have to unlock the first plasma gun or the first wheel motor to unlock the rail guns. But I imagine quite a lot of these are unlocked by default, honestly. I'm not sure. It's hard to know because the change obviously came in after I'd already gotten quite a lot of these things. But going up there from railguns all the way down there to the L5S type railgun. You have the radar receivers here. You have the radar jammers up there. So the railguns and plasmas kind of lead into these. You have the wheels that go all the way up there. They kind of meet the radar jammers. Now, I'm not sure if you could basically just move from radar jammer level 5 to wheel motor level 4. That would be interesting to find out, and I'll have to have a look, see if there's something that would allow me to do that. Something that, for example, if I'd unlock that, it would be interesting to see if I could get to armor tetra level 6 from wheel dual level 3. But you got the wheels up there. This part of the tech tree is pretty much entirely armor, and as you can see, so many colors. It's fantastic. And then down here, we have the radar and the laser submachine guns. So now we can see if actually this is a good place. If I can go from top mounted submachine gun level 3 to armor inner level 4. Now I do not have the level 3 armor, and you'd expect that it would want to progress from that. So let's see. Is this going to let me unlock? Yes. So it's very likely then, or at least seems likely, that you can just, for example, if you got up to level 6 armor, you could just move into level 4 wheels, or level 4 wheels into level 5 jammers without having to go through the other prerequisite parts of the system. I quite like that, honestly. Also, I'm going to unlock this armor as well. So I got a palette to play with, damn it. Now then, Solenopsis Invicta does appear to have done quite well, I feel. So let's get out of this and have a look at you. I think... I'm thinking... perhaps we should have fins. And then I could have the flags on the sides of the fins. Oh, I like this idea. Let's see if we can do this. I'm also going to replace you. No? No? Really? I have a lack of light chassis cubes. Chassis cubes? I'm not sure. Let's buy some of those. I wasn't expecting to be lacking in those, honestly. Now, we're going to actually need a lot more. But I suppose I could invest. I've got a lot of points there. And this part of my bot, if I'm going to be moving to level 2, and that's what I'm thinking of doing, I'm going to need a lot of this. Let's get these. Ah, damn it. Have I got... I've got 5. Let's take that up to 8. Just spent 2,000 RP. My goodness. Right, okay. Flags for now. I'm not sure if I'm going to be keeping... I would like the shape to be a bit more like this, actually. Yeah. Let's see, what can we do with this? Can I move you forward? I'm pretty sure I will be able to move you forward just a little bit. Let's do that. In fact, let's do this first. There we go. Just so there's a little bit more protecting those guns underneath. In fact, with the amount of blocks that I've got, I might be able to do something else with that. Now, I could have the flags there. I like that, except for the fact that it's kind of... I'm not sure that the gun is going to go on top there. Let's see, could I? No, we're going to need another level for the gun. Okay. That works for me. In fact, let's get rid of these. I would rather these be a higher armor block, since there's only literally one block between them and the ground, so I'd rather improve the defense there a little bit more. Right, let's place these there. Also, let's move that back a little bit. I could even... Well, no, I don't want my flag on the back. I don't want it, like, facing the back, that is. Have I got any... I could build this up. Yeah, let's buy a couple more cubes, because that is purely aesthetic. So I'm not going to worry too much about using the light cubes there. And let's get you... There we go. We've got some platforms for our beautiful flags. Now, that puts us into tier 2, so we shouldn't have to worry too much about having these, because these are not going to push us above tier 2, even though they are significantly more powerful. 401 damage. Ah, glorious. Alright, let's see how many of these we can replace. We have 1, 2... I might even be able to replace all of these. No, not quite all of them. Can I fit one in there? Oh, I can. Oh, glorious. There's a little bit of me that's like, well, could I... Maybe if I took the flag away. But no. No. The flag stays. We will have you there, though. There we go. But we could have the higher tier level 1 guns there. In fact, at this point... No, looks wrong. How could I? I could just stick so many extra guns on this for tier 2. It's kind of annoying how much I could do. But how much I can't do because it would look wrong. Ah, those extra guns would be nice. But those would be fantastic sniper platforms. I could put railguns up there, but we'll see. Now, in tier 2, would I be able to have the tier 2 radar? Or would this be asking way too much? It would indeed be asking way too much. That is a shame. Perhaps... No, that doesn't make the slightest bit of difference. Okay. Well, then we're going back to the level 1 radar. That is a shame. It would have been nice to have a bit of a more powerful radar there. But on the whole, yes, Solenopsis Invicta. You're becoming much more dapper every time we add something to you. In fact, we could raise these just a little bit, and that would give us a little bit more room between our guns. And yeah, let's have a look at that. Take that away. Take you away briefly. Up there. Do I have any more of these? Yes, I do. Okay, can I place that there? Yes, I can. Ooh. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. We'll do more of this. Now, have I got enough blocks? Damn you! 1 block shy. Let's buy that. But, from what I've seen, the armor blocks don't actually add that much to a vessel's robot ranking. At least not near the correct tier. So, I probably will buy more and more and more of these nice components. There we are, these nice armor blocks. And as we've seen, that does increase the survivability of this tank several times. I feel that the armor that we had around the wheels really helped as well. Let's sink a little bit of money into that. There we go. We want to protect these wheels. I've only got level 1 wheels at the moment. Now, one problem with this is all of these extra bits are going to be drastically increasing the weight. So I'm not sure how well my little tiny level 1 wheels are going to be able to fare with all of this weight on them, but we'll soon find out, I suppose. Oh, is that about everything I want to do? Yes. For now, we'll play around with the armor later, or once I've got a really nice design, I'll actually do that off screen, so you don't have to watch me just fiddling around with it. But I think we've got a nice looking vessel. The only unfortunate thing is this is really only useful for front and back, because obviously the sides are blocking it. But to offer a little bit of extra redundancy for my weapons, I think it's acceptable. Now, before we go further, let me actually just check. Yeah, we're going to do this. I'm going to buy 1 of those, 2 of those. I know I said I wouldn't do much more of this, but there was one more thing I wanted to do. We were actually getting shot at a reasonable amount towards the cockpit, so we're going to add a little bit of reinforcement there for the cockpit. And then, just because we can, do that as well. Okay, now, it is a bit of a hodgepodge of colour. I appreciate this. But we will get this fixed, eventually. Eventually, it will be glistening golden/red. I have faith. Now then, how fast can we move? We're still, well, we're not nippy really, but we can cover a bit of ground still. Now, unfortunately, the gun right in the middle is going to be firing every now and then. Maybe I should take that out, because it's going to be wasting shots, basically. Unless I'm facing what I'm firing at, and in which case, it's going to be adding considerable amounts of firepower, because it is a level 2 gun at the end of the day. Now, the other nice thing is all this armor is going to mean that there's even less chance of me falling down. Oh, beautiful guns at the top. They can reach things my guns at the bottom can't. I have elevation on my side now. Okay, we'll just kill you, Underslung. And then we're moving on. Right. I feel that the Solenopsis Invicta is ready. You know, Solenopsis Invicta has changed a little bit. And it's only a little bit, though. It hasn't changed enough to require a whole new biological category. So we're just going to go... Oh, no, really? I can't have Mark II? Oh, well, the game... My disappointment is palpable right now. How horrible. I can't have a Mark II Solenopsis Invicta. I just don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of my life. Oh well. Right, we are going to jump into battle. We are now a rank 2 robot. There are 476 or 70 of them online. 6 of them just joined the robots ready. They clearly knew that I was there, waiting for the battle. They didn't want to have one of my harsh tellings off. Now, we have about 4 minutes to win this fight. Looks like we've got even teams. Yeah, we have actually got fully even teams. The 4 tier 1 bots in this battle on each side. There's 2 platoons of tier 1 bots. 2 people in each one. Yeah, I quite like this. What kind of guns have you got? You've got lasers. No, you've got plasmas. I will try and keep you alive, player 091188. Yo, with a name like that, I wonder why. You didn't even capitalize player. Do you have no pride? I fear they do not. They do have a lot of plasma guns, though. They can probably lay down a fair bit of damage. And either they are lagging or I am lagging. Given how awesome my internet connection is, I favour the former. Don't shoot, you'll give us away. You fools, you know nothing of stealth. Feels like I am a lion in an army of sheep. Okay, let's lay down some damage there. Ow, that hurt a little bit. And he's gone. Oh, we've got a railgun shooter there, so let me just get out of the way. Don't want to have any of that, thanks. He's also got a lot of railguns. Try and focus fire. Still got all of ours. Can't quite hit you. There he comes. Nope, I wasn't able to do enough damage there. And they are attacking our base. Okay. We can't wait any longer. Have to get out there. Poke your head out, why don't you? Come on, poke it out. I know you want it. He's going to, just as I stop watching for him, isn't he? Is he? No? No, maybe not. Guys, we're failing our team here. Do you realize this? We may be doing damage, but they are capping our base. I feel we have forgotten the face of our fathers. Roland would be disappointed in me right now. I'm disappointed in myself. I may have some awesome guns, but no gunslinger am I. However, I will take out you. Okay? You can probably take him on. He's just a rail shooter after all. Hello! Your plasmas have failed you. They did not kill me fast enough. We have lost this fight, however. And I think we deserved it. We prioritized the wrong things, alas. But you may also notice that the teleporting in and out of fights is much, much faster. I got a 2 kill chain bonus, so even though we lost, I still got 499 RP earned. I'm pretty happy with that. Yes, on the whole, I am very, very happy with the Solenopsis Invicta Mark II. Don't care what you say. But yes, that is it for this episode of Robocraft. I think we're going to be playing with lasers for a little while. I don't recommend you do that at home. Lasers are quite dangerous. Don't ever look directly at a laser, even though it is pretty. It's like a moth to a flame. My eyes are drawn to the laser, the shimmering shine of the radiation. But no, you must look away. Trust me. Now, that, as I said, that is it for this episode. But in the next one, I don't think we're going to be making too many changes, except I will likely have added a lot of armor cubes. And, well, maybe not a lot. I'll try to remain in Tier 2 until you return. And in the next episode, we will probably upgrade to Tier 3, depending on how successful we are in 1 or 2 battles. Because we've only had one in Tier 2, and that isn't good enough sample of the Solenopsis Invicta's battle strength, I feel. But yes, that is it. I do hope you've enjoyed. I hope you will be joining me for the next. But until then, and as always, oh, what a fantastic craft you are. Do take care.